Hello and welcome to Value Chain TV News Update. I am S.A. Ufoma with the news. And on the news update, a call has been made by President Bola Tinubu to create an enabling environment that attracts investors to boost mining sector in the country. President Bola Tinubu made this declaration during the 9th edition of Nigeria Mining Week in Abuja. The president, who was represented by Minister of Science and Technology, Uche Godfrey Inaji, further said investing more on local content will go a long way to make the sector more viable, adding that youth will contribute their quota towards boosting the nation's economy.
This is the 9th edition of the Nigerian Mining Week, where industry players have converged to give the industry a new look.
Our nation's mining agenda has entered a new chapter. His dedication has reinvigorated our approach, addressing challenges with a vision that positions Nigeria's mining sector as the backbone of economic growth. Together, we are shaping a mining sector that can stand as a global model of innovation, resilience, and sustainable development. Aligned with our renewed hope agenda, we are modernizing the Nigerian Minerals and Mining Act to meet the demands of a dynamic global economy. This legislative reform brings charity, transparency, and international competitiveness to our mining laws, making Nigeria an attractive destination for global investors. At its core, this reform underscores our commitment to fair revenue distribution, environmental sustainability, and the socio-economic welfare of our communities, ensuring that the wealth of Nigeria's resources benefits every citizen. Our focus on infrastructure development lays the groundwork for a thriving mining industry. With robust public-private partnerships, we are constructing an ecosystem that enhances connectivity, facilitates efficient minerals transports, and prepares our resources for global markets. Strategic investments in transportation, energy, and digital infrastructure are transforming assets and position Nigeria to compete with unmatched strength and agility on the world stage. Human capital is the heart of any thriving industry, and we are empowering Nigerians with knowledge and skills to lead. Through comprehensive training programs, vocational institutes, and research facilities dedicated to mining excellence, we are cultivating a workforce prepared to drive innovation, increase productivity, and foster sustainable growth across the sector. Each individual we train strengthens not only our mining industry, but our society as a whole. Our commitment to responsible mining practices under the Renewed Hope Agenda is unwavering. The environmental stewardship and community involvement are paramount as we enforce strict regulations that protect our natural resources and launch rehabilitation programs that secure our ecosystems.
In his ministerial remarks, Minister of Solid Minerals, Dele Alake, said his 7-point agenda to revamp the sector has become imperative to boost Nigeria's gross domestic product. The minister added that surveillance camera will soon be introduced to curb the menace of illegal mining in some parts of the country, adding that it will not relent in an effort to make the sector more robust.
We have introduced policies and regulations to respond to the gaps and applying the rules hitherto rendered obsolete or comatose with a new vigor and discipline that sent the message that the law should never be a respecter of anybody in Nigeria. Permit me Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, to share with you just a few of some of our strides in the past 1 year. The Nigerian Mining Corporation, if you look at the 7-point agenda that we espoused last year, which we have been following up assiduously and with precision, the establishment of the Nigerian Mining Corporation is a critical part of that 7-point agenda. And key to the fresh positioning of this mineral sector is the need for a corporate face in the international arena, the go-to company for joint ventures, and the roaring agency for the maximization of legacy brownfields. Esteemed ladies and gentlemen, the task of incorporation and inauguration of that Nigerian Minerals Corporation is moving very progressively, and I want to assure you that very soon I am going to announce the takeoff of that company. There is also a strategy of a two-pronged approach that we adopted on combating illegal activities in this sector. Determined to reduce illegal mining to the barest minimum, we established the first coercive part of the two-pronged approach. The two-pronged approach are coercive measures and the persuasive measure. The coercive measure is the establishment of the first unit of the mining marshals, which I unveiled in March this year, starting the nucleus with the personnel of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps through the assistance of the Ministry of Interior. The mining marshals of our vision is a multi-force security architecture which will comprise men from the Nigerian Police, from the Nigerian Army, from the Nigerian Navy, from the Nigerian Air Force, and from the Directorate of State Security Service. Even operating at its preliminary stage or level, the NSDC-driven mining marshal has sent the right signals to offenders in the sector, and including criminals involved in various forms of nefarious mining activities. To date, over 300 illegal miners have been arrested and facing prosecution. Some we have obtained convictions, including even foreign nationals. And I dare say that about a year ago, I wasn't aware of anywhere in Nigeria that an illegal operator in the mining sector had been apprehended, prosecuted, and convicted. But it has started under this dispensation, and it will be escalated. There is currently ongoing nationwide investigation of illegal mining sites, and this investigation is being accelerated, and the loose, uncontrolled mining value chain of the past is adapting to the enforcement apparatus that we have put in place. Beyond the plans to integrate other forces, we are also introducing satellite technology to aid monitoring. The implementation of this project means we are ready to fight illegal mining from the air, on the ground, and in fact, in the pit.
To rejig the mining sector in the country, stakeholders have actually called upon all the industry players that can vehemently contribute their quota towards the development of mining sector in the country. Reporting for Valuechain TV, Kabir Lawal reporting.
Moving now to economy, the Nigerian and Indian governments have pledged to strengthen ties in economic development, defense, healthcare, and food security. In a statement issued by the presidential spokesman, Bayo Onanaga, President Bola Tinubu and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, highlighted the vibrant economic relationship between both countries, with India positioned as Nigeria's largest trading partner and a significant contributor to its economy. President Tinubu commended the contributions of over 200 Indian companies operating in the country, which have generated substantial employment and investment opportunities for Nigerians. Away from that now, the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Olawale Edun, has said the removal of fuel subsidy by the Tinubu-led administration has halted the bleeding that was costing 5% of the nation's gross domestic products. This was revealed by the minister at the ongoing conference of the National Council on Finance and Economic Development in Bauchi. He explained that the oil subsidy was before its removal, only adding more value to a few people and neighboring countries that were benefiting with the fuel subsidy, as well as other related foreign exchange subsidies. Barely 2 months after the September completion deadline flop, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has tied its inability to complete the refinery to risks and challenges encountered while carrying out the rehabilitation. In an interview with journalists, the NNPC Chief Corporate Communications Officer, Olufemi Sonaye, said the NNPC will begin the commissioning of critical equipment and processing units after the mechanical completion in Nigeria. He added that the issues have been resolved and commissioning activities have also resumed. Sonaye further stressed that work is being carried out to ensure the project's completion. And now on tax reforms, the Paramilitary Monitoring Group has called on the National Assembly to speedily pass the proposed tax reform bills presented to it by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is as the debate for and against the proposed tax reforms bills continues to heat up. President of PMG, Adebayo Ogori, in a statement in Abuja, called on both chambers of the National Assembly to give the tax reform bill speedy passage, as it was a matter of urgent national importance. According to him, President Tinubu means well for all segments of the country, and that the bills were designed to rescue the country from economic quagmire. As COP29 enters its second week, the chairman of the House Committee on Renewable Energy, Victor Afam Ogene, has advocated for accessible and equitable policies, including tax breaks and vocational grants, to empower youth in renewable energy in African nations. According to a statement, the call was made alongside other stakeholders at a side event co-hosted by the Committee on Renewable Energy and include a Netherlands-based knowledge platforms at the ongoing Conference of Parties COP29 in Baku, Azerbaijan. Ogene further called for a deliberate inclusion of youth and legislators in conference and workshops where issues involving policies regarding developments in climate change and energy transitions are discussed for a better understanding that would engender rights policy formulations and intentional youth involvement. And now in sport, former Nigeria internationals Victor Ikpeba and Motiyu Adepoju have expressed disappointment following the Super Eagles' shock 2-1 defeat to Rwanda in their final 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier in Uyo. The Eagles surrendered a 1-goal lead as Rwanda scored twice in 3 minutes through Amiable Mutinzi and Imashinwe Nchuti to cancel out Samuel Chukwueze's 59th minute opener at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium. Ikpeba, the 1997 African Footballer of the Year, criticized the players' performance despite coach Austin Iguavon making 7 changes to the team that drew the Benin Republic in their last match. And that's where we conclude for today on the Value Chain TV News Update. I am S.A. Ufoma. Bye for now.